My name is William. I am 46 years old. I married the woman who helped me bury my first wife. This is the truth I carry in my chest every day. I speak now because silence has become too heavy for me. My first wife's name was Margot. She was kind, sweet, and funny. Margot always touched my shoulder when she passed me. It was a small touch, but it told me I was not alone. Margot worked at a small clinic. At night, she read stories before sleeping. I did not always listen, but I liked the sound of her reading. We had one daughter. Her name is Daisy. She is 14 years left. When Daisy was little, she slept between us. Margot would watch her for a long time. I often turned my face to the wall and closed my eyes. I thought love would always stay, even if I did not look at it. Then I met Jessica. She worked in my office. She was new. Jessica asked me many questions about simple things. She said I looked tired. No one had said that to me before. I told her I had a busy life. Jessica said I needed someone to see me. At first, it was only coffee during lunch. We talked about work. Then we talked about our dreams from when we were young. I told her things I had never told Margot. I told myself it was nothing. I told myself I was still a good man. Jessica looked at me in a way that made me feel important. At home, I was a husband and a father. In the office, I became a man again. I began to stay late at work. I began to lie to Margot. Margot asked me once. She said, "Are you happy, William?" I said, "Yes." Margot smiled, but her eyes stayed on my face for a long time. The first time Jessica touched my hand, I did not move away. I knew I was crossing a line, but I did not stop. I told myself I deserved some warmth. Our meetings became secret. A small apartment, a key in my pocket, the smell of her perfume on my shirt. Every time I returned home, Margot asked if I had eaten. She heated my food again. Margot never asked for my phone. She never searched my pockets. Her trust was like a clear glass. I was the crack in it. Jessica did not like to hear Margot's name. Jessica said I was living a false life. She said I was weak. She said I should choose. I told her I needed time. One evening, Margot became very sick. It was sudden. She had stomach pain. She could not stand. I drove her to the clinic. My hands were shaking on the wheel. Jessica had given Margot some herbal tea a few days before. She said it would help her sleep. I did not think about it then. I do now. I think about it every night. Margot lay on the hospital bed. Her skin was pale. She looked at me as if she wanted to say something. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. I held Margot's hand. It was cold. Our daughter Daisy was crying in the hallway. The doctor said it was poisoning. He asked many questions I could not answer. My head was empty. Margot died before morning. My world stopped. Then the police came. There were tests. Jessica cried when she heard the news. She held me and said life was cruel. She said Margot had always been weak. No one proved anything. The case closed like a door, but inside me, another door opened. I remembered the tea. I remembered Jessica's eyes when she spoke about my marriage. I remembered her words about choosing. I did not ask her. I was afraid of the answer. People said I needed a new start. They said a man should not live alone. So, 1 year later, I married Jessica. I stood beside her in a white room and felt nothing. My daughter Daisy did not smile in the photographs. Our house changed. Jessica moved Margot's things into boxes. Daisy kept one of her mother's scarves under her pillow. Jessica found it and threw it away. Daisy did not speak at dinner that night. At first, Jessica was sweet to me. She cooked my favorite meals. She waited for me at the door. But her voice became sharp when Daisy was near. She said the child was rude. She said the child watched her with hate. I began to see small marks on Daisy's arms. She said she fell at school. One day I came home early and heard Jessica shouting. Daisy was standing in the corner. Her eyes were wide. Jessica held her by the wrist. I froze. I saw fear in my daughter's face. It was the same fear I had seen in Margot's last hours. That night I could not sleep. I lay beside Jessica and stared at the ceiling. I understood something I had refused to see. The evil I had allowed into my life was now touching my child. Jessica began to hit me when she was angry. Small slaps at first, then plates thrown at the wall. She said I was weak. She said I looked at Daisy more than at her. She said I owed her my life. I began to drink after work. I sat in my car for a long time before entering the house. I listened to old voice messages from Margot. She had a soft way of saying my name. Each time I heard it, I felt a knife in my stomach. I missed her so much. One afternoon, Daisy was doing her homework. Jessica told her to clean the kitchen. Daisy said she needed 10 more minutes. Jessica pushed the books to the floor. Daisy bent down to pick them up. Her shoulders were shaking. In that movement, I saw my whole life. I saw Margot heating my food. I saw her trusting eyes. I saw the glass breaking. I understood that my silence had killed one woman and was breaking another. I told Jessica to leave the room. She laughed. She raised her hand again, but stood between her and my daughter. I did not move away. That night I packed Jessica's clothes. She shouted. She said I was nothing without her. She said I would be alone forever. I opened the door and waited. Jessica walked out with hard steps. Daisy came and held my hand. I told her I was sorry. They were the hardest words I have ever said. Now my life is slower. I wake up at 5 again. I make breakfast for my daughter. We speak about small things. Sometimes we speak about Margot. We keep her photograph in the living room. I do not try to run anymore. I look at what I did. I look at what I allowed. This is my punishment and my lesson. I visit Margot's grave once a week. I tell her about Daisy's school. I tell her I am trying to be a better man. I know I cannot change the past. I know some doors never open again, but I can protect the child who still calls me father. Love is a small flame. If you do not protect it, your own shadow will put it out. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.